Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Shadow Dragon here, and welcome back to Fleshbreak. Last episode, we arrived at the laboratory. It got weird, and now Axton's creating medicine. So let's see how it goes. He nodded in response and quietly went back to his work. I was talking with Axton. You left him in the laboratory room for a while so he could focus on creating the cure. What's this peaceful-ass music? He walked towards the lab's office and found Sarah resting there, sitting alone in the chair. When your eyes meet, she immediately looked away. I'm curious about you. You're like the character we learned the least on. You alright, Sarah? I don't know what your problem is. Okay, but I've noticed for a while that it seems like you're not in the mood to talk. If I say no, is there anything you can do about it, Lennox? Then why? Are you really like that? That's not the Sarah I know. What? Look, Lennox, my mood isn't the same every day. What I feel today might be different tomorrow. What's wrong, Sarah? Is something bothering you? You can tell me. Worry about your wife, Lennox. She's the one you should be asking those questions to, not me. I'll go check on Axton for a moment. I'll leave you here for now. Excuse me. I'm not sure what's really wrong with her. Every time I ask her, she's avoiding me. But why do I feel this way? Why am I so concerned about Sarah? I don't understand myself either. Because she's our friend? You stayed in the office for a few hours waiting for Horu, but no one came in. Then you decide to go and return to the laboratory room where Axton was working on the cure. I was fully expecting Horu to be bent over the counter, bro. Was anyone else? When you arrived at the laboratory room, you found Axton alone, fully focused on his work. You slowly moved closer to him, careful not to break his concentration. Whatever's on your mind seems pretty heavy. What is it? Nothing, Axton. Where's Sarah? Did she not inform you and Horu before leaving? She told me earlier that she was leaving. She said she wanted to distance herself from us for a while. I thought the two of you talked. That's why she left. Didn't you get a chance to talk to her earlier? We talked earlier, but only for a short while. She was avoiding me. She didn't even tell me that she was planning to leave. I wonder where she could be going. She'd be able to manage on her own? That woman. She's really stubborn. Hopefully she stays safe out there. We didn't force her to leave. I don't even know why she decided to leave and just walk out on us. She could have faced you and talked to you. What do you mean? Well, I don't know if you're numb or if you truly don't care about Sarah's feelings. Or Sarah. Maybe it was right for her to leave. To be fair, though, we don't owe Sarah anything. We love Horu. Don't you know that she likes you? Or do you actually know and just didn't care? Man, I know she has feelings for me, Axton. She doesn't have to avoid us or distance herself just because of that. I don't know, Lennox. Wherever she is right now, I hope she is safe. I'll just finish what I'm working on. Oh, before I forgot. Tomorrow we need to look for an infected person to test our first medicine. He nodded in response to his words. And he silently watched us complete the preparation of the first medicine he had made. Well, we have to do it on someone infected, clearly. Wait, what'd that say about each mistake? Each mistake. Like, come on, man. This is common sense. Wait, no, maybe it isn't. I've got to put it in the beaker first. Got this.
All right.
The frick was that? All right. Next morning, when you woke up, your wife, Horu, was no longer by your side. You immediately got up and looked for her. Found her in a corner with Axton, staring at a joyful conversation. Horu? Good morning, hon. I woke up earlier than you this morning. Seeing how exhausted you were, I couldn't bring myself to wake you up that early, so I left you to rest. Simply stared at Horu when Sarah suddenly came to your mind. Four of you would still be together if she hadn't left without saying goodbye. If they were doing it, I swear. Horu, if you did it again, I actually swear. Yeah, you couldn't understand why he seems so worried about her. You repeatedly blinked, trying to stop thinking about Sarah. Maybe I was just tired and didn't realize I ended up waking up later than usual. Lennox, I have something I want to tell you. What is it, Axton? Last night, I tried taking off all my protective equipment inside the office room while we were sleeping. Maybe that office was closed before the virus began spraying, which is why it remained safe. By the way, Lennox, we have to find someone infected later for the first medicine test. We need to go out later. Will you come with us, Horu? Please tell me he's infected. Please! Yes, Saxton, I'll come with you. No, Horu, you will stay here. It's safe for you to stay here. We won't stay outside for long. As soon as we find someone infected, we'll return, alright? But... No buts, Horu. You will stay here whether you like it or not. I don't want you to come with us. It's safe here. Just don't try to escape from the lavatory while we're gone. After talking, you and Axton put on your protective equipment and immediately prepared to leave the laboratory. And your wife, Horu, was left alone inside the laboratory. While outside the laboratory, you and Axton didn't waste any time searching for infected individuals. Looked around your surroundings, but almost everyone had turned into a moving flesh. Because of that, none of them could be tested with the medicine Axton had developed. Looks like we can't find any infected person in By Neffex. We can't even find any animals anymore. How are we supposed to test the medicine I made if we can't find an infected person? Let's keep looking. I'm sure we'll still find some infected individuals here. If there's nothing here, then let's search farther away. We still have plenty of time. Don't lose hope. We'll find one later. You and Axton continued search for an infected person. You stopped at a large school you had passed by. Without hesitation, you both entered the building to look for the infected individual. Explore the school! Right. Just like our Axton, I think, explored my wife. Again. Bro. Explore the school! Holy! This place? Well, let's get out of here! Should we look for some food here? Well, you see, this guy over here, I don't think he was successful. Like, bro's... I'm joking, bro. He's clearly a freaking model. Alright, food! What am I even looking for? Okay. What am I doing? Caressing it? Oh, is this a love letter? Dear... Come on, we don't have time for that! Oh no, let go! Do I click? I don't understand. Get off my freaking hand, bro! Why is he in between my legs, though? Alright. Hey, you okay? What just happened? The flesh got me! Where? My hand, it's in my hand. But that's just a towel. What? I think you're hallucinating. Everything that's going on, it's messing with your head. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. Come on, we need to keep moving. What the fuck? Are we good, bro? Oh, lucky, we have food. Got that rare candy. Not gonna explore the bigger ones. Cool, we got some candy. Let's go. Wait, how do I get out of here? Okay, there we go. Search inside the school, you found an infected dog. It was weak and covered in wounds, and you knew the dog was already infected. You felt happy because you now had something to test the medicine that Axton had developed. Look, he's in pain and all sad, and he's just wagging his tail like he's happy to see us. That's so sad. It's a good thing we still managed to find an animal. But it seems to have a hard time finding an infected person right now. Exactly. Let's head back to the lab and test the medicine on the dog. Carefully carried the weakened dog, which no longer resisted because it was growing weaker. I mean, he's going to die regardless, right? So if we can save him, then that's good. When you returned to the laboratory, Axton immediately injected the medicine he had developed into the weakened dog. We need to lock this dog in a room where it can't infect anyone. How long will we observe the dog, Axton? I'm not sure either, Lennox. I'll see how long it takes for the medicine I developed to work. You brought the weakened dog into a glass room. You saw Axton sit in the front of the glass and watching the weakened dog inside. None of the medicine I made works, Lennox. I used the medicine made by Dr. Veska, which stopped the wounds from spreading on his skin. Now I know what Dr. Veska put on his medicine, but the spreading of the redness on his body stopped. If our first trial of the medicine doesn't work, just keep going, Axton. Veteran scientists also started from the beginning. There are no shortcuts to success, Axton. Everyone struggled first before they became successful. Always remember that. Thanks a lot, Lennox. You always encourage me. I know I can never return the favor for all that you do. Don't mention it, Axton. Who else would help each other in a situation like this if not us? You spent several hours observing the still weak dog inside the glass room. It was just lying there, and if you looked at it, it seemed like it wouldn't survive for long. You and Axton took turns watching over it, switching duties, and since he had been awake all night and needed to sleep to regain his strength, you took over the watch. I swear, if Horu goes in here and pats the dog, bro, she would though. You briefly left the weekend dog to check on your wife, Horu. You entered the room where you usually stayed and found Horu and Axton together. For fuck's sake! No, I'm done. I'm fucking done, bro. That's it. Shock saw that with your own eyes, Horu kissing Axton. Motherfucker! While two of them held each other in an embrace. Oh, surprised, but at the same time, I already expected that you'd do this to me again, Axton and Horu. It's true what they say. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Well, Lennox, we can explain. Lennox, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You don't need to apologize to me anymore. Horu, repeatedly committing the same sin. You shouldn't apologize anymore. Horu, you say sorry and then do it all over again. What's even the point of your apology? No, I still have to apologize to you. I admit that what happened between Axton and me was my choice, Lennox, and I'm sorry for my mistake. And it's up to you if you can still forgive me for the sin I've done. You're right, I keep asking for forgiveness while doing it again. It is worthless. That's why there's something I want to ask you, Lennox, for the sake of all our feelings. What is it? Let me go, Lennox. We'll both only suffer if we stay with each other. That's the only way I can think of to end the suffering of us. We still continue this, Lennox. Both of us will only get hurt. You weren't surprised by what Horu said as you felt her growing distant from you for a long time. You didn't want to break the promise you made to your sister Alora that you would never abandon Horu, because that was the last promise you ever made to her. Even though you're angry about her cheating, you still can't bring yourself not to forgive her because the love you feel for her still outweighs everything. We'd be able to stop the person you love if you are no longer the one she wants. You truly let go of the one you love, especially when she's the one asking to be set free? The decision is now in your hands. Bro, motherfucker, are you kidding me? I'm actually mad, bro. This game's pissing me off. I don't care. Watch this be the good ending for no fucking reason, bro. Set her free. Who would have thought our relationship would end like this, or... There's nothing more I can do if leaving me is what you truly want. Why would I stop you from what you want, right? I won't stop you, Horu. Love isn't like that because love cannot be forced. If you truly want to end our relationship, who am I to stand in your way then? I'm letting you go, Horu. I'm really sorry, Lennox. I know this isn't easy for us, especially for you, but I believe you can get through this. Not now, but someday. Thank you, Lennox. Or smile to Horu spoke farewell smile for the woman you let go. You turned your back and then went back to the dog you were reserving. Didn't notice the axe apology in the glass room, but you didn't speak. Since you didn't hear you say anything, you entered the glass room and checked the dog you injected. A few minutes of checking, you quickly came out of the glass door. The medicine is working on the dog. The red spots are no longer spraying across its body. And the dog is gradually recovering. Seems the medicine is working, Lennox, but we still need to test it on humans to be sure. You sure about that, Axton? It'll be difficult for us to find an infected person. Seems we won't find it nearby the laboratory because almost all of them are already turned into flesh. If we can't find the infected person in the laboratory, we can look farther away if that's the only way, Lennox. We can't inject the medicine to ourselves until we're completely sure. That's your plan, then we'll do it. We just need to be extra careful. After a conversation with Axie, didn't waste any more time. To be immediately prepared to leave the laboratory again and search for an infected person. We just want to get the hell out of there. I don't even blame us, bro. This is stupid. Just as you told Axie, you found no one. Everyone had already completely turned into flesh. When you couldn't find an infected person, you and Axie didn't realize that you already wandered far from the laboratory. Church, huh? Two of you stopped in front of a church. Before you and Axie could fully step inside the church, you already heard a woman crying. Sound was coming from inside the church. You and Axton exchanged a brief glance and carefully opened the church doors. She walked down the center aisle. The woman's sobs grew louder and louder, until you saw a woman in one corner, still crying. You looked at her skin. It was already covered in red spots, one of the symptoms of the infectious disease. Is it Sarah? No. Help! I... Take a breath. We will help you, ma'am. Do you want to come with us? Yes. Will you truly help me recover from this virus? I'll go with you. I want to get better from this contagious disease. Yes, ma'am. We'll help you as long as you come with us. It's clear on the infected woman's face that she hoped she'll get better as she went from you. Despite her struggle to move, she forced herself to stand. So you quickly stepped forward to support her as if she tried to stand. Watch this be our new girlfriend, by the way. You know, I don't even care. Fuck our relationship. I'm done, dude. I quit, bro. Like, what? She didn't hesitate to go with you, but she had no idea she was only going to be used as a test subject for the medicine you and Axton developed. Walk back to the laboratory was somewhat slow because of the infected woman you had found. By the time you already reached the laboratory, it was already dark. When you entered the laboratory, you looked away when Horu greeted Axton with a hug. I'm mad. Oh, Lennox, let's go and help me with the infected woman. We need to inject her before the Sims get any worse. It's not Dax and glanced one more at Horu was now looking at the woman you brought with you. After a few moments, Horu also left, leaving you alone. Took a deep breath before walking and followed Axton. When you arrived at the laboratory room, you saw Axton holding a syringe filled with the medicine he had developed.
What are you gonna do to me? I thought you were gonna make me better.
Yes, ma'am. That will help stop the wounds from completely spreading across your body. Please calm down, ma'am. You signal Axton to inject the medicine into the infected woman. Quickly followed your instructions, slowly inject the medicine into the infected woman's arm. What you could do was watch the empty syringe that Axton held. Afterwards, you immediately brought the woman to the glass room where the dog you were observing was still kept. Let's observe the woman. We'll fire she can infect the dog even though we've already injected it. Alright, I'll stay here and keep watch for now. You can take over later. Aww. Several hours of watching, you didn't notice any reaction from the woman you injected. Same goes for the dog, which is now sitting up and looking at the woman beside it inside the glass room. Heard Axton's footsteps approach, so he quickly looked at him. Lennox, how are the two of them? I didn't see any changes or reaction from the medicine in their bodies, Axton. But I noticed that the dog is now able to sit. That means the medicine's having a good effect on the dog. That's a good sign then. I'll just check on the woman inside the glass room. After the conversation, he immediately went inside the glass room to check on the infected woman. He just watched from outside the glass room while Axton busied himself checking the dog and the infected woman inside. After a while, Axton came out right away after he talks to the infected woman. How's the check going? Is the medicine you made working on them? I don't know if the medicine we made was successful, Lennox. Because what we wanted was a medicine that would cure those infected with the disease. And the one I was able to make is just a form of vaccine against the virus. It's fine, Axton. What matters is that you still made something. Vaccine is still considered a medicine. Will it work once we inject into our cells? Yes, it'll work on us, Lennox. But the dog and the woman inside the glass room is still infected. The medicine can't cure someone who was already infected. It can prevent the virus spreading further into their bodies so they won't completely turn into a moving flesh. As I said, it's fine. What's important is that you will save the lives of others, Axton. I'm happy that you made your own medicine now. You've finally achieved the course you've always dreamed of. And I know you'll be able to create more medicines and become one of the veteran scientists in the world someday, Axton. Just trust yourself. Why are you like that, Lennox? After everything I've done to you, why are you still kind to me? You shouldn't have helped me make the medicine. You should be angry at me, hit me, or punch me. What's the point of getting angry, Axton? Even if I get angry at you, it won't change anything. She still won't come back to me. I love my wife very much, and I can't force someone to stay if they no longer feel anything for me. I don't want that, Axton. I don't want to see her sad while she's here with me. Tell me, Axton, am I stupid for letting her go? I don't know either, Lennox. I'm sorry, Lennox. I don't want to push her away from me. So I'd only be lying to myself and to you if I said I don't love her. She was mine once, Axton. I loved her with everything I had. I never failed to give her all my love because that was the promise I made to my sister Alora before we left her on the road. I loved Horu more than I loved myself. But I don't want her to be sad just because I want her to stay, even if she no longer wants to. Take care of her, Axton, the way I did, with all the love and care I gave her. And if possible, love her even more than I ever could. I will, Lennox, you have my word. I'll love and take care of her even more than you did. Thanks. So, when will you inject the vaccine you made into us? I'm gonna make more vaccines now. We can actually let the dog and the woman out of the glass room once they're injected with the vaccine I'm gonna make. We can also take off our protective equipment. Not in agreement with what he said. Axton, can you teach me how to properly inject that medicine? I want to learn so I can also help you with the injections. Only if you want to. If not... Are you sure, Lennox? It's okay with me if you want to leave the correct way. It's okay with me if you want to learn the correct way to inject it. Would you like to be the one to help me inject the vaccine? Are you sure, Axton? Yes, Lennox. I'll guide you, so there's no need to be worried. Yeah, hold the syringe the way you would a pencil or a dart. Imagine this was poison. Nah, bro, come on. Bro, justice for Lennox. Come on, he needs his happy end, dude. Look how much we don't give a shit. You had no experience when it came to giving injections, though you believed you could do it. Prepared the needle to inject Axton. Hold the muscle around the spot of your thumb and index finger, Lennox. Then, insert the needle at a 45 to 90 degree angle to the pitched up skin. After that, push the medicine into the muscle. You guide you on proper positioning as you carefully insert the needle into his skin. Despite being nervous, you follow his instruction, managed to do it properly as well. After you injected Axton, both of you waited for several hours before finally removing your protective equipment. Dog is released together with the woman who was used to test the medicine. Hey. Well, that was intense enough to make me hold my breath. Thank you, Axton. If only Alora were here and still alive, she would have experienced this too. Being free and not having to wear any protective equipment on her body. But I wasn't a good older brother to her. Wherever she is now, I'm sure she's happy for you. Because she has a brave, kind, and loving older brother. She's proud of you, Lennox. Believe me. I hope so, Axton. I hope she's proud of me. Ax gave you a gentle pat on the shoulder after you said that. Woke up because of the noise you heard coming from outside the office when you were sleeping. Because of it, you couldn't fall back to sleep. And without seeing who it was, you already knew that was Horu's voice you heard. Without hesitation, you got up and checked to see who was making the noise. Opened the door, you weren't mistaken because you saw Horu talking to Axton. What caught your attention were their belongings? Well, we go on once we leave this laboratory, Horu.
Far from here, Axton. We're safe now, right? We can leave the laboratory without wearing any protective equipment. Let's get out of here, Axton.
If that's what you want, we'll leave this place. But first, need to inform Lennox about our plan. We can't just leave him here without letting him know, Horu.
Why do we need to inform him, Axton?
To say goodbye? Probably. You know what, Horu? When a guest's about to leave the house, they say goodbye to the person inside the house.
Lennox.
Lennox, I'm sorry for letting you know so slowly about our leaving. This morning when Horu woke up, she suddenly told me about our plans to leave the laboratory. We're leaving now. I don't know where we'll go once we leave this laboratory. I made a lot of vaccines. I left them in the laboratory room. Be careful here, Lennox. I left the vaccines I made in the laboratory. Be safe out there, Axton. I hope you and Horu will find a place to stay quickly. But is it okay if I talk to Horu for a moment first? That's alright, Lennox. I'll just wait for you in the hallway, Horu. Watch Jack start saying goodbye. He carried all their belongings and brought it all towards the hallway. After that, your gaze turned to Horu, who was standing in front of you waiting for you to speak. Take care of yourself, Horu. All I wish for is your happiness. I hope you'll love Axton even more than you loved me before. It's better that I'm the one who gets hurt between us rather than me being the one to hurt your feelings, Horu. Don't worry, I'll be okay too. Not now, but who knows, day by day, all the wounds and pain might eventually heal.
Thank you, Lennox. Take care of yourself too, just like I used to take care of me before. I'm sorry, Lennox. I hope you don't think anything is wrong, and I hope you don't think anything is wrong with you because I chose Axton over you. It's not my fault, I'm really sorry. Goodbye, Lennox, until our paths cross again.
Or smile for the woman you once loved before she finally walked away from you. It's bullshit, bro. Tor and Axton left Dr. Vesca's laboratory. You decided to leave as well. Carrying the mess and Axton made, you got into the car parked by the side of the road. You hadn't gotten far from the laboratory. We noticed someone walking along the roadside. Even just from the person back, you already knew who it was. Stopped the car beside the woman and stepped out of the car. When she saw you, stopped walking and looked in his direction. Sarah!
Lennox!
Sarah, how are you? Where you been? Why did you leave the laboratory without saying goodbye, huh? Don't you know that I was worried? We are worried about you.
Why aren't you wearing a full gas mask? You're not even wearing any protective equipment, Lennox. Are you already infected?
No, Sarah, I'm not infected. Axton developed a vaccine against the virus. It's not a cure that can completely remove the virus from our bodies. They can prevent the virus from spreading throughout our bodies. I'm glad I found you here. Come, here, I bought the vaccine. You should get vaccinated as well, so you won't need to keep wearing protective equipment anymore. Quickly open the front seat of the car to let Sarah in. When you got into the driver's seat, grabbed the syringe and filled it with the vaccine. Secretly laughed at how quickly she looked away. Prepared the syringe, filled the vaccine, and immediately injected into her arm. Let's wait a few hours before we remove your protective equipment. I'm sorry for suddenly injecting you with the vaccine. You alright? Does it hurt? Do you feel anything unusual?
I'm fine, Lennox. I don't feel anything painful or unusual in my body. Thanks a lot for the vaccine. I'm glad to hear that Axton's first medicine was successful. I can't believe we're finally able to use it now. But where's Horu and Axton, and why aren't they with you?
They're together now, Sarah. She chose Axton over me. They left the laboratory. After Axton made the vaccine, Horu asked him to leave with her. I don't know where they are now, but I hope they already found a place to stay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lennox. I never imagined Horu would do that to you. But it's not surprising anymore, right?
It's okay, Sarah. So it's time to accept everything. Besides, there's nothing I can do anymore if she really wants to leave. If she truly loved me, she would have stayed, Sarah.
You're right, Lennox. Nothing will happen if you say, since she is the one pushing you away. If you have a place to stay tonight, if there isn't any yet, I have a place nearby. And if you'd like, you're welcome to come with me.
Why would I say no to your offer, Sarah? I don't have a place to stay tonight.
Then let's go before it gets dark on the road.
You know what? Bro, you know what? I I actually support this, you know? Like, Horu got what she freaking wanted, man. I still can't believe that was her character in this game, because what? But no, we should be with Sarah, honestly. She doesn't seem like a bad person, does she? She might be the one that actually treats us right. Well, so this is where we totally have sex, but not in the safe and work version. Sarah only spoke when she began pointing out the way to the house she had mentioned. After a few minutes of driving, you stopped the car at the two-story house. Do you know the owner of this house, Sarah?
I don't know who owns this house, Lennox. But when I first stepped into this house, there were 5 moving flesh. Maybe they were the owners of this house. And they had completely turned into moving flesh. But I immediately killed the 5 moving flesh. I didn't have any other place to stay that time, and it was already dark when I found this house.
I see. I'm glad you quickly found a place to stay. Well, I mean, it's bad to put him out of that misery, right? Later tonight, we could finally remove your protective equipment so you can get some fresh air. That is not the only thing bro is removing tonight. You know what, bro? Horu, ditch this for Axton. I can't believe it, dude. I'm actually pissed. And now we're with Sarah. And we both are vaccinated. And we're staying at a house she kind of stole from some moving flesh. But hey, it's better to put them out of their misery than let them suffer. And yeah, it looks like we might get together. Also, there was like a woman and a dog. And they just kind of vanished from the laboratory. But good for them for being alive, I guess. Anyway.
Okay, Lennox. Thanks for the vaccine. If you hadn't seen me earlier, I might have ended up wearing this protective equipment for the rest of my life.
Your gaze remained fixed on Sarah while she was talking. And as you kept staring at her, you suddenly remembered the question you had asked her that she still hadn't answered to now. Why'd you leave the laboratory without saying anything?
I told Axton before I left the laboratory, Lennox, I said goodbye to him.
Why'd you only say goodbye to Axton? Why didn't you say goodbye to me? Was he the only person to help you in the laboratory? Tell me, are you mad at me, Sarah? Did I do something wrong that you have to leave the laboratory?
No, Lennox, I'm not mad at you. I intentionally didn't inform you that I would be leaving the laboratory. After all, why would I tell you I'm leaving when I've been avoiding you, right?
Why? I don't understand, Sarah. Why do you have to avoid me?
Because I love you, Lennox.
Love it, dude.
And I don't know how to get rid of these feelings for you, because even now I still like you. Now tell me, is there any medicine to get rid of this feeling I have for you?
Even if there were a medicine to remove your feelings to me, I still wouldn't tell you, Sarah. After saying that, you looked at Sarah and secretly smiled. Oh, bro, this is actually so cute. Best ship in the game. Horu, I love you, but this version of you can burn. I'm just going to say this is a reality made by the coffee machine. Let's all cope that way, guys. As you notice confusion on her face because of what you said.
Why?
Why would I tell you if there was a medicine to get rid of your feelings for me when I want you to keep holding on to your feelings for me? The kind of feeling where you can't imagine leaving me or choosing anyone over me. Because I want you to love only me, Sarah. I want to be the only one in your eyes. I want to be the only one on your mind, always. Can you do that, Sarah? Just love me completely, Sarah. No. And I'll make you feel the love you want, even more than the love you have for yourself.
I will, Lennox. I would love you with all my heart. I'll love you on your happiest days, and I'll love you even more on the days where you're feeling sad and burning, Lennox.
Then be my girlfriend, Sarah.
Wait, no recording? I'm surprised by what you're saying, Lennox. Why do you ask me to be your girlfriend so suddenly? Best the courting process before I have to say my yes to you.
Why? I want to know you even more as my girlfriend, Sarah. Say yes and love me, Sarah, and I'll court you for the rest of our lives.
Who am I to say no to you, Lennox? Why should I wait for too long to answer you when you already know that I love you? Yes, Lennox, I'm already your girlfriend.
I promise you, Sarah, you will never have to ask for my time and love, because I'd give it all to you freely and completely.
Thank you, Lennox. I promise you that I will never leave you no matter what happens. Always remember that. I love you, Lennox.
Thank you as well, Sarah. Thank you for staying by my side when everyone else left. You didn't just stay, you loved me. I love you more, my Sarah. Right, you said that you didn't expect Sarah to hug you so solemnly. Okay, this has to be the good ending, bro. I don't see how Horu staying is a good ending, you know? But yeah. Saw a smile formed on your face from her embrace. It's the first time you truly felt that hug. Everything lightened and all your problems vanished. In other words, you found your home. Place where your surroundings became calm every time she hugged you. In a world full of chaos, only those who dare to fight, who are brave and fearless, can survive. No matter how heavy the problems we carry each day, if you want to survive in a world where chaos never ends, you have to stand up and keep moving forward. Because in a world like this, the weak no longer survive. Reach the end of the game. Why was Horu just a cheating bitch for no reason, bro? Like, what? Multiple times now, we're going to forgive her. I don't want to do this, but... No, I know this decision is wrong, and I'm starting to look like a fool because of it, but I'll still forgive you, Horu. Because I love you, Horu. Just don't leave me. I can't bear to lose you.
Enough, Lennox. Don't you feel any pity for yourself? We'll both only get hurt if we keep this going.
I don't want us to be apart. You are mine! Horu, you understand? I'd stand that in front of Horu and Axel immediately walked away, leaving them behind. You hear Horu calling your name, but you ignored her and kept walking. When you returned to the glass room, you let out a deep sigh, clenched your hands tightly to hold back the tears that threatened to spill from your eyes. After a few moments, you saw Axel approach where you were. He was alone and Horu was not with him. You didn't speak as he came closer. Without saying a word, he entered the glass room and checked the dog you were observing. By the time you finally reached the lavatory, it was already dark. Felt like you had been stabbed repeatedly because instead of Horu coming to greet you, she went straight to Axton where you stood silent beside them with the infected person. Axton isn't the only one who came back here. I'm home too. Horu ignored you, she didn't even glare at you, which only made your heart ache more. Still, despite her avoidance, tried to smile in front of them, pretend that you were happy to see her. Even though deep down you were hurting because of what she was doing. Oh, Lennox, let's go and help me with the infected woman. We need to inject before the symptoms get any worse. Just nodded to Axton and glanced once more at Horu, was looking at the woman you brought with you. Axton walked ahead, guiding the infected woman by the hand where you were left behind with Horu. A few moments, Horu lost her left, leaving you alone. You took a deep breath before walking forward, Axton. Right lavatory, you saw Axton holding a syringe filled with the medicine he had developed. What have I done to you? Why are you still kind to me? You should be able to help me shouldn't have helped me make the medicine. You should be angry at me, hit me or punch me. What's the point of getting angry, Axton? I will only push Horu away from me if I get mad. As much as possible, I don't want us to fight. I love her, Axton. I love my wife very much, but I can't let her go even if that's what would make her happy. Would that make me selfish if I don't set her free? I don't know either, Lennox. But can you still love her if you know you're the only one holding on? Even though you know your relationship is a one-sided love? That's even more painful, Lennox. I don't want to push her away from me either. Because I'd only be lying to myself to you if I said I don't love her. I'm sorry, Lennox. She's already mine, Axton. She's my wife. We're married. As long as she's with me, that's fine. So when we inject the vaccine you made into us, I still need to make more doses of the vaccine, Lennox. We can actually let the dog and the woman out of the glass room. Once we inject the vaccine, I'm going to make. And well, you can also take off our protective equipment. You don't agree with what he said, but I said you hope from what Axton said. You knew that you would be safe in that through the vaccine, everything will gradually return to normal. After injecting the vaccine into your bodies, you and Axton waited for several hours before finally removing your protective equipment. The dog was also released together with the woman who was used to test medicine. Thank you, Axton. If only Laura were here and still alive, she would have experienced this too. Me and Fran not having to wear any protective equipment on her body. But I wasn't a good older brother to her. One morning when you woke up, Horu was no longer beside you. You quick got up and left the officer search for her in every corner of the laboratory. There was no sign of Horu, not even her shadow. As you entered the laboratory room, a deafening silence greeted you. There you saw the medicines Axton had made. Beside them was a small piece of paper with something written on it. That's a lot of books. Too.
Lennox, I'm sorry for all the shortcomings and mistakes I've made to you. But I asked you before that I want to be free from your love. I can no longer pretend that I still love you. I know this is painful, but wouldn't it hurt even more if I stayed with you when I no longer feel anything for you? Not even a little? I know you won't be able to forgive me yet for what I've done, but I'm still asking for your forgiveness. I was the one who asked Axton to leave the laboratory with me, so I didn't want to hurt you anymore by staying. Please always take care of yourself in the way you used to take care of me and Alora. Thank you, Lennox, and goodbye.
I was reading the paper, your hands clenched the fist. Never expected Horu to do that to you. We shouldn't let you pity you knowing you still kept holding on despite the pain she caused. Convince yourself that love wasn't meant to be all happiness. You thought enduring betrayal was the worst kind of hurt. You were wrong. Because nothing compared to Horu leaving you without a word that truly shattered your heart. How could you do this to me, Horu? How could you leave me so easily? I can't even take a single step without you. I gave you all the love I had. I didn't save anything for myself. And yet, you still chose to leave me. With Horu and Axel at Doc's best laboratory, you decided to leave as well.